Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at 5 of new 2023 fragrances in my collection. Without any further ado, I want to start by Royal, 1 million Royal from House of Paco Rabanne. To be honest, nothing here Royal or wow. Almost I can say average type of fragrance. Nothing here memorable or groundbreaking. I would say it is one of those difficult to remember fragrances, not a memorable type of scent profile. It is sweet. Suntan lotion, it gets even more suntan lotion at the dry down and reminds me of Parfum version of 1 million, but not as intense or beast mode as Parfum version. Parfum is like 12 hours plus type of fragrance. True, it is saltier and more floral compared to this one, but I like this one in terms of scent profile, but performance of 1 million Parfum is better compared to this one. This sits close to my skin in terms of projection and sillage, and I can get like 8-9 hours plus maximum in terms of longevity. Number 4 is Givenchy Gentleman's Society. So when I remember other flankers or other fragrances from line of Givenchy Gentleman, like EDT, like Intense, like EDP, Reserve Privé, they smell manly, dressed up and complex. That manly stance is totally disappeared here, I have to say. It is like average type of sweet fragrance. It is not average, it has some twists, but it doesn't appear that manly or dressed up, I have to say. It is like casual type of woody sweet fragrance. Smells like fragrance shops, perfume shops. You know what I mean when you are walking in the perfume shops? Smells something pleasant, but it is only something. You cannot remember it again. It is something like that. It is pleasant, it is woody, sweet, a little bit has some twist to it, but nothing wow again, like Reserve Privé or Gentleman EDP. It definitely cannot compete with Gentleman EDP, with Reserve Privé. Will not get that much hype or tag at all, in my opinion. But it is pleasant and I can say mass appealing type of fragrance. But that's it, like ton of fragrances out there with average performance. Number 3 is Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes. It is a very fresh and extremely calming type of fragrance. Smells like summer in a bottle. If you haven't smelled light blue or light blue Eau Intense, shares lots of similarities with those fragrances, especially with Eau Intense version. But if I have to compare it with Eau Intense, this is not as aquatic as Eau Intense or not as dense as that fragrance. It is like more airy compared to Eau Intense and definitely not oceanic or seaweedy. I can say if you like the concept in Eau Intense and backbone or scent profile, but that oceanic, seaweedy, fishy vibe turns you off, try this one. This is very close to Eau Intense without being that much oceanic or at all oceanic. It is like fresh, herbal and very little soapy at the background. Performance is average, not as intense or beast mode as Light Blue Intense or not as airy as, for example, Light Blue Sun. It is at the between like 6 to 7 hours in terms of longevity, with first hour and a half average and soft type of projection and sillage. Number 2 is Acqua di Gio Parfum version. So let's make it short. It is like 80% Acqua di Gio Profumo to my nose in terms of scent profile. But compared to Acqua di Gio Profumo, we have not that Incensi dry down. So if you don't like that Incensi dry down, try this one. And I can get more pronounced patchouli here, which was also pronounced and dominated in the EDP version. So it is about aquatic and earthy notes, let's say, to this one, and leans a little bit sweeter compared to all of the versions, which reminds me of regular EDT in terms of sweetness. Smells very mass appealing and gets definitely compliments like most of fragrances in the Acqua di Gio line. But if you have any of those fragrances, I believe this is redundant for you. But if you have not, it is a great release, especially if you have not Profumo in your collection, because also it is difficult to get it right now, has been discontinued. It is a good idea to have this one instead of I can say Profumo. But if you have any of those, it is not a necessary release for you. Performance is like 8 to 10 hours, let's say. It lasts, to be honest, but projection and sillage is not as beast mode as Profumo. For me, number 1 is so far CHMN Passion by Carolina Herrera. It is beautiful. It is like CHMN Privé. If you have smelled that fragrance, it has that backbone, that dirty twist, plus something powdery irisy like Dior Homme EDT, not as intense as Dior Homme Intense, for example. Like mixture of Dior Homme EDT with Sietchman Privé from Carolina Herrera. Definitely a sexy, complex, and easy to wear type of fragrance. I can say easily, by far, this is my most favorite 2023 release fragrance. Smells complex, smells sexy, and definitely full bottle worthy. Performance is average for me, like 6 to 7 hours, but not solid 6 to 7 hours. It is like, yeah, average type of 6 to 7 hours with first hour and a half, average and soft, close to the skin type of projection and sillage. Take care, guys.